Hi, and welcome to Moonbeam Connections. I'm Jacqui-Leigh. Today on Shift Happens, Life in Transition, we're going to look at what's next. So you recently got divorced, what's coming next? You recently lost your job, what's coming next? You recently lost somebody you cared for, what's coming next? So we're looking at what's next. And I do apologize for last week, if you saw that video. I had problems with my audio. Hopefully I don't have problems with my audio this week. However, my children are home today from school, so you may hear them in the background. I'm hoping not, but it is possible you might hear a few things in the background. So we're going to look at what's next. So now we need a question. So we're going to ask Spirit, what is the next step you should be taking? So what is the next step that you should be taking after this major life event? So whether that's the death of somebody, whether that's, again, losing your job, getting divorced, whatever major life event you have, if you just feel like I am lost right now, I don't know where I'm headed, I don't know what direction I'm supposed to go in at this point, we're going to ask Spirit. So what is the next step that Spirit is saying you should take? Ooh. Okay, so the Three of Cups. So this is all about celebrating, but with people, right? Being joyous, connecting with friends, just having a good time. These are three women. They're all dancing around. They've got their cups. They're very joyous. And so Spirit is telling you the next step is just to enjoy your life. Connect with people. So it could be you lost your job and you're upset, and it's saying, well, yes, you're upset, you lost this job, it's not great, but you need to go out there and just start being around people, start enjoying things. And you never know where this may lead, right? So you're like, oh, I just lost my job. I can't just go out and celebrate with people and be happy. I don't have any money, or I don't feel like celebrating. But maybe you connecting with these people is going to lead you to that next job, right? So you go out with friends, and you happen to find out that one of your friends, there's an opening at where they work, or you meet some people while you're out, and this person, they just happen to have this job, or they just happen to work at this place and you're interested, that sort of thing. So what Spirit is really telling you is go out and start living your life, start enjoying yourself, especially if it's something like the death of a family member, the death of a pet, that sort of thing, and you've been really sad right now. You need to stop isolating yourself, and you need to go out and start enjoying your life. So can we get another card for a next step, please? Because we know we likely are not just going to find a job by enjoying ourselves. Planning. Okay, but it's not even so much planning, right? This is the Two of Wands is planning, and then the Three of Wands is sort of starting to expand that, grow a bit from it. So I do look at it as also still a planning card, but you're sort of got the first stages of your plan done. So maybe it's like, I need a job. I've planned that now. I'm looking for this job. Well, this is now where you start getting that plan together, right? You start seeing what your actual goal is, right? Like, it's one thing in Two of Wands, you're in that, I need to go get a job. I need to find something. I'm planning on, my next move. Whereas this, you might have your sights on somewhere already. So you're figuring out the path towards that. So really what it's saying, and they're both threes. Look at this. They are both threes, right? So you need to start connecting with other people and start forging that plan for your next move. So if that's, you've lost somebody and you don't, what am I going to do? Especially if it's like your partner, you lost your partner and you're like, I don't know what to do. Well, this is about start connecting with other people and then start making that plan. Okay, I'm still young. I do want to find somebody else. Or maybe you're not in the place right now to find somebody else, but you're like, well, now that I don't have this person, I've got a lot of extra time on my hands, so I'm going to start volunteering. I'm going to go get another job, or I'm going to get a job if you don't have a job. And so you are now needing to take those steps towards that. So start defining what your goal is and start taking those steps, even if you don't like it, right? Even if you don't want to. So if you recently had someone pass away and you're like, I really need to go to therapy and I need to deal with this. I don't want to. This is what I need to do. Well, you need to start putting those plans. You need to contact a therapist. You need to start setting up appointments. You need to start going every week and taking those steps towards your healing journey. And what piece of, I was going to say advice, but I don't think we need this is our advice. Next steps, advice. So so if we start going out, hanging out with other people, socializing, and we start with this plan and we start seeing the steps in the plan, what is the outcome of that? Let's go with that. So if you start implementing this plan, taking the steps towards it, you start going out, being part of society, hanging out with other people, enjoying yourself. Oh, okay. So we have the Six of Wands, which is all about victory, winning, being recognized, getting success, right? So this person's up on a horse, they're proud, they have won, and everybody else around can see, right? Like you can actually see there's other people that are there and they're all looking up to them. They're all seeing this. So this is about you becoming successful with what your endeavors, with what you're doing, or being recognized for work you've already done or recognized for work you're doing. So people are seeing this success and you are feeling this success. Now we do have the reverse temperance, which tempers that a little bit. So with the reversed temperance, this is about excess or imbalance, right? So when we're up, we're healing and we're balanced and we're doing things in moderation. You're kind of like balancing things out. You're not too much of this, not too much of that. We're going to keep everything balanced. So when we're like this, we're going too excessive with things, or things aren't balanced. We're too much on one side, not enough on the other side. It's causing discord, it's causing some friction and some issues. And so what this is saying is if we follow these steps, we're going to get out there, we're going to have our plan, we're going to start taking steps towards our plan. That is going to bring us victory, but we need to ensure that we're not creating an imbalance. So say you've recently lost your partner and you're like, or not, maybe not even so much recently, but you have lost your partner and you're like, okay, I'm going to start going out there. I'm going to start, healing myself, taking these steps towards finding a new partner, and you will be successful and victorious in that, but you may have to work on your balancing act with things, right? So if you have children, you can't just go out every night and be out and partying and finding this person and now I'm going to spend all my time with them, right? You can't do that because you have these responsibilities over here. You have these children who are now, I want to say damaged, but have had some trauma because they've lost a parent, and you just can't abandon that. So just as you move forward, you make this plan, you're taking the steps, it will be successful, but you need to ensure that you're not overly doing it. You're not doing it to excess. You need to make sure that your life is still balanced. So if you've lost your job and now you've gotten out there and you've, I want to say socialized, but it's not socialized. The word is when you're meeting, networking, right? And you're networking, you've decided, oh, this is the kind of job I want, and you're looking at it, you're like, hey, I need to take these steps, I need to get this training course, I need to apply at these jobs, I need to start at this entry level, and this is going to step me up, and you're doing that, and that will all be successful, but make sure you're not just abandoning your life. You're not going to be working 100 hours a week. Yeah, that might bring you success in work, but that's not going to bring you success in your personal life, right? You're not going to be spending enough time with friends. You're not going to be spending enough time with family. You're not going to be taking care of your other responsibilities. You're not going to just have rest and downtime. And so really this is all about taking those steps forward, getting out there, but ensure that you're not just going all in. You're just going extreme one way. We need to make sure we have that balance. Yes, we're trying to heal whatever happened, whether it's loss of job, losing a partner, blah, blah, blah. But we're not going to just go all the way over here. We're going to keep our life balanced. We're still going to be doing our 40-hour-a-week job. We're going to be seeing friends twice a week. We're going to be going out for dinner with people. We're going to be spending our time with our kids. We need to be balancing everything and make sure that you don't just get so focused on your goal that things become unbalanced, right? We're focused on our goal, but we're ensuring that we're balancing all aspects of our life. And now for you today, I really feel like you need an angel number. So, and I hope this goes well for everyone. Obviously, I'm always hoping for the best for people. But really, if you just start getting out there, start socializing, that alone will start making you feel better and more excited about life. Start creating those goals, create those steps, take those steps to get there. Even if you don't want to take them, just start taking them. Every step you take, it'll be another accomplishment. You'll feel better. You'll be getting closer. But just ensure that everything is balanced. You don't get out of whack, and everything will be successful. You don't even have to worry about it. So just move forward, move forward. That's, whoa. And normally I do not take 3 cards, but I think in this instance we are going to. So the first one we got is 333. So this is all about expansion. Oh my gosh, I just realized 333. Look at that. So this is really meaningful. I would say don't be on the lookout for, because you'll find what you look for. But if you happen to notice 3s in your life, take that as a sign. Okay, we've got 3s, so whether you see the license plate, maybe there's even a business that's called 3 Eyes or something like that, right? So if you do happen to see 3s within your life, I definitely would pay attention to that. Pay attention to where you see that. That might be giving you a clue or a hint on the direction you should be headed. We've got 333 expansion. So this is trust in your abilities. Trust your abilities. You have the ability, set that plan in motion, and embrace opportunities for growth and expansion. So embrace this, look for those opportunities and embrace them. Understand they're there, but you actually have to take them, right? You could see where the goal is. If you never take any steps towards that, you're never going to actually reach that goal. So this is an opportunity for you. You have the ability, you have the opportunity, and you're going to be able to grow and expand into the new you. Oh, and then we got authenticity, 787. So be yourself, pursue your passions, and show your authentic self. Don't pay attention to what others are thinking of you. All right? So once you decide what that passion is, you will be successful as long as you don't get diverted because you're worried. Oh, I wanted to, say you had a high-powered job, but you lost it, and now you're like, you know what? I don't like putting in 100 hours a week at work and being stressed all the time. So I actually want to go do something that's mindless, something that's easy, something that I'm not stressed out about, something that I can just go in and do and not even have to think about it. And other people may look at that as, oh my God, you're doing that after you had that awesome job that was so cool, and now you're just doing something stupid. Don't pay attention to what they think, because that might be what you need. That might be what you need. I just need a mindless job where I can go to work and not have to be stressed, not have to make the decisions, not have to be the one that's worrying if there's problems, right? And so, yeah, I don't make as much money, but now I'm in peace because now I'm not stressed out all the time. And so don't worry about what other people think. Be your authentic self. Do what is authentically you. And then we have transition. I didn't even notice that. So 3, 4, 5, transition. You are in a period of transition and change. See? I mean, this is what this is called, right? Shift happens, life in transition. So this is a transition, and you are in transition. You are changing. So embrace new beginnings. Embrace this and trust the process of transformation that's unfolding in front of your life. So trust that this was all meant to happen. Whatever negative happened in your life, whatever ending you had in your life, this was all supposed to happen so that you could go through this transition, come out of it being your authentic self, in peace, in happiness, and trusting that you can do it. Trust. 333. Trust. Get out there, socialize, create the plan, take the steps, know you have the ability to do so. Make sure you don't become too one-sided or too narrowly focused, that you're not looking at your whole life, the big picture, right? We're not just focused here. We're looking at the big picture. Don't get imbalanced, and you are going to have success. This transition was meant for you. This transition is here for you. And I was going to end this, but actually I want to get one message out of here because I like these messages. My oracle deck, I don't know what it's called. But you can see them anyways. They give you little messages from Spirit, and they are, I think, always positive. I don't know, sometimes I get confused. There was another deck I had that I thought was always positive and I shouldn't use it anymore because it's biased. And then today a negative card came out and I was like, oh, okay, apparently I was only getting the positive ones before. So we'll see what this deck says. What message do we have from this deck for the collective today on their transition to their new you? Okay. Interesting how that happened, because it was like the one was coming out, so I was kind of stopping, and when I stopped, it flung the other two out. So we've got life can be hard and life can be wonderful. Which one do you want to focus on, right? So life can be hard. We know we've had this ending, whether it's divorce, death, lost a job, you know, whatever it is, life can be hard and life can be wonderful. And we need to start focusing on the wonderful, right? If you focus on the hard all the time, life will seem hard. If you focus on the wonderful all the time, life will seem wonderful. Not that there won't be hard moments. Everybody has to go through hard moments, right? The more you love, the harder those moments get, right? The more you put love out there, the more you love people, the more you interact with people, the more loss you're going to have, because not everybody's going to make it. Things are going to change, you know, people are going to stab you in the back, things are going to happen. So the more love you do put out there, you will end up with these hard times. But if you just focus on the love, you will feel that life is wonderful, right? Not that we can ignore the bad times, the hard times, but we need to focus on the good things that we still have in our life, that are in our life, and understand that those hard times are teaching us or transitioning us to where we're supposed to go. And we have, do something kind for someone without any expectations. So that's a good one. That might be where you need to start today, right? Just do something kind for anyone. Could be anyone. It could be your neighbor. You might go out there and shovel snow or mow their lawn, or just do something nice. You have, a cherry tree, and so you pick cherries and you go and give some cherries to your neighbor. You know, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be a neighbor. It could be for anybody in your life. But do something kind for someone without any expectations. Don't expect them to, return that. Well, I gave you that. You got to give me something now. No, this is just kindness for kindness' sake. And what you might find is, in the end, it might very well benefit you, right? You go and you see someone on the side of the road with a flat tire and you go help them put their spare on, and then it turns out they're like, I'm so-and-so and I work for so-and-so, and you're like, oh wow, I've always wanted to do that kind of job. Oh, well, we've got this entry-level position that's available, right? So don't do anything with the expectation that you'll get something back, okay? And I definitely believe in karma. What you give out does come back to you, but it doesn't necessarily come back to you right this second. So you go and change someone's tires. It may not be this life-altering moment where the karma immediately comes back to you and now you're offered a job and we can just go on with, and it's perfect. But you go and help them without expectation, and then later on that karma will come back to you. And you never know how, right? And especially when you're kind to people, you may never know how that later on affects you, right? Like say you're in a job and you're really nice to everybody, really kind to everybody, helpful to everybody, and you're like, that never got me anywhere, that never did anything for me. But you may not realize that actually I was applying for this job over here, and it just so happened that somebody here knew the person over here who was hiring, and they said, oh my gosh, I know that person. They're so great to work with. They're always helpful. They always get their work done. They're always on time. And so then you end up getting hired, but you never realize that one of your old coworkers actually told this person. And so you just don't know where life will get you. And your karma may take some time to come around, right? Sometimes it takes that to come around. And so it's just about putting out good vibes, being good to people, and then it will come back to you tenfold every single time. It just may not be the immediacy that you are hoping for. And remember, it's all about what you focus on. You can look at anybody's life and you can pick out all the bad things about their life, and you can look at anyone's life and pick out all the good things. And so everybody's going to have hard times, everybody's going to have good times, and what you focus on will determine the quality of your life. And so let's focus on the good things so we can have a good quality of life. I hope this message helped you. I'm sending you peace, love, and happiness. Bye for now.